Hello again. Time is 5:24. It's 13th of the May, Sunday, and I'm continuing with a project of explaining and interpreting this Mathnavi of Baha'u'llah, the most profound. We just read that he was mentioning a few of the concepts about Islam and Christianity. Now he goes on to enter this into the other prophets and the other concepts. Just keep explaining. He says, پس تو هم ای نوح فلک تن شکن. Past then you also, O Noah, the ark of the body, shekan, break. He says, you also, O Noah, break this ark of the body. You've heard of the ark, that the Noah saved everyone into it. Baha'u'llah says the concept of the ark is really the body or the materials that encase the soul. He says, break that. Like this concept that the soul has to be into these limitations of the body and to be attached to it has to be broken away. He says to Noah, never mind making the ark, break it away. خیش را در بحر نورانی فکن. خیش, yourself, into Bahr, the sea, nurani, of light, fekan, throw yourself into the sea of light. That sea, he says, is the sea of light. If it is the sea of light, you really don't need an ark. You need an ark because you're not in the sea of light, because into a material sea. In such a material sea, yeah, you need an ark to protect you. But if you break that ark, the concept, and understand this concept is the material concept, and reality of it is the material attachment of the soul to the body, break it away, then you see it's the sea of light. Throw yourself into the sea of light, and never mind to build the ship. غرق کن, drown. غرق کن, drown. This in nafs, desire, really the carnal desire. Drown this carnal desire. And حفظ خود مخا. Hifz means the protection. Khod, yourself, macha, not to want. It says, drown this carnal desire and do not ask for your protection. Ta burun auri sar az jayb ilah. If you drown this carnal desire and do not ask for protections of yourself, then ta til burun ari, bring up your head, he says. Burun ari, come out. Sar, head, as from Jabez, side of God, Elah. So, if you drown this carnal desire, kill it. And do not ask for protection of it. Then you will come out of sight of God. Another line pertaining to the Noah's concept of ark, he says, حفظ خواه از شاه و از کشتی مخواه. حفظ خواه, حفظ, protection, خواه. Ask, want, protection of a حفظ. Ask from Shah, from the king, which is God, which one A is missing here. Remember that. This is now Shah. If it is Shah, it has to have two A. As Shah and as from Keshti. Keshti means the ark or the ship. Macha. Do not ask protection from the ship. Ask it from the king. What does this means? Hefz Kha as Shah. Ask protection from the king, which is God. And do not ask from the Keshti, from the ark. Ta darawi, till you come. Dar panah, dar in. Panah is protection. Panah is Persian for protection. Hefz is Arabic for protection. Till you come into the protection of the Hefz, the Shah, protection. So Panah actually means shelter here. So till you come into the shelter of the protection of the king. Panah means shelter here. So he says, don't ask protection from the ship, ask from the king. Then you will come into the protection, the shelter of the protection of the king. These 3 lines, is all referred to the concept of the king. So, what is the implication of this? We heard in the Baha'i administrations the idea of the ark that Baha'u'llah explains in the tablet of Carmel is actually the Baha'i institutions where all these 5 buildings are there. One of them was Universal House of Justice, which is there right now. Did they protected me? No. I asked for protections. I didn't get any protection. I was kicked out, cast away because of their concept. That's all. My action, I told them, you've arranged a court and I will come and explain my action as a Baha'i at the time I've been in Canada or in Iran. But they listen to rumors, to backbiting, to the not working system of one-sided views. Therefore, the result is what you see. They haven't seen me to be having anything personally against me, these members. I doubt it. So it just means the system's not working. So ask protection from the Shah, from Baha'u'llah. Do not ask from the ark, which is the institution. Don't. This is. So this brings us to a topic and a subject, a huge one really. Are the Baha'is in the future would have to throw themselves completely onto the administrations and everything has to be administrated within the system, which is the ark, and Baha'u'llah says it is? Yes, but they have to be careful. There's a point that I call it graduation. Muslim, they call it Sufism. I call it graduations. There's a point that a Baha'i goes through the entire writing of Baha'u'llah. He passes through the entire process and he essentially finishes it up. The curriculum of God, which is the Baha'i faith, this man, this woman in future, they finish it up. There's nothing for them to learn. Now, of course, they don't say people not to go to school. Actually, they say to people they should go to school because they themselves were in this school, were in this ark. And they try to bring more people into the Baha'i faith and more people to teach them what it is. But ultimately, though, the entire administration, the entire ark is very important. Thanks God to the Universal Laws of Justice in Israel, they have acknowledged this. That all of it is a means, is a tools. Administration and the keshti, which means the ark, is not really the goal. No. As referee is out there to see, to channelize things so people don't clash with each other, and like a traffic light, traffic sign to her. In the spiritual realm, so there's a lot of trafficking, so people can safely go to their destination. That's what it's meant. It's a tool, it's a means, it's not the goal. Universal Laws of Justice says too. They say the goal is the Baha'i faith. It's what mankind has to adopt. I'll go further today to tell you that even the Baha'i faith is a means. It's just a tool. When you die, you don't know any of these books, any of these writings. There's no Kitab al-Aqdas there, no Bible. None of it. You live with the consequence. These things are all in the school. Once the school is finished, none of this has become useful. You'll live with the consequence. You went through all the curriculum in the class, attendance, teachers, assignment, all to become an engineer. What? To build walls, to build fridge, to build bridge. Once you know those things, you may not remember any of those curriculums. They're not useful to you. Baha'i faith itself entirely is nothing but a tool, a means. The actual goal is to be a spiritual. Very, very careful here. There is no other way to become a spiritual except through the Baha'i faith. I'm sorry, there is no other way. That's the only tools that you can. You want to move into the Baha'i faith, there's only one tool, it's the administration. But that's only a tool. But once you are in the Baha'i faith itself is only a tool. It's nothing more than that. But that's the only tool that you can solve the problem of your perfections. To be a Baha'i, you need administration. To become a spiritual, you need a Baha'i faith. They are both tools, but the only tools, nothing else. Do not underestimate it. I'm not trying to bring down here the cause of God, the ark and the keshti, no. But at the same time though, they are only tools, nothing more than that. This is the story of an American who was talking to Abdu'l-Baha in the West. Abdu'l-Baha was talking Persian, and he says, stop, you're interfering. Translator goes, excuse me, I'm trying to translate, he's talking Persian. He says, no, I understand his word. He was very right. He says, the truth is in front of me, I don't need explanations. I don't need interpretations. All of that was to see him. I see him now. What's the story of Romeo and Juliet for me when I am in front of Romeo and Juliet? Don't tell me the stories, I'm here now. So, they're tools, but they're the only tools. However, they are tools. Once you finish that, the Baha'i faith, you could finish it, yes, before even you die. You become graduate. I call you a spiritual graduate. God, very likely, if he likes, he could choose as a guardian. It's called general guardianship. There you get connected, prescribing to God. He will tell you thousands and millions of things that you would have to guide mankind through. A Baha'i can't get there, and he's supposed to. That's what this encourages you. So, at this point, it's telling us, don't get to the keshti, which is the ark. Don't think of that. The ark here is keshti. At the time of Noah, or religion of the past, the administration and everything was all at one and one combined. Today in the Baha'i faith, no, they're divided, subdivided. Administration and the world order are separated actually from the faith of God and cause of God. But one is the tool for the other one is the tool for mankind to reach a spirituality. Once you reach the spirituality, both of them are useless to you, but it is useful for others. Therefore, you don't talk bad about it. You tell to people how this is how I got here, and they have to go through the same channels. All right. Now, passes from Noah, it gets into Moses, into the shoe of Moses actually, Baha'u'llah. He says, هم تو ای موسی به طور جان بیا Also you, O Moses, to the Sinai of a spirit, Bia, come. Come to the Sinai of a spirit, not just to the mountain Sinai. Come to the Mount Sinai of a spirit. Bogzaraz na'lo redal, Oryan bial. Bogzar, leave away as from na'al, means shoe. It's like a slipper, na'al. Oh, and reda, the rope. Oryan, naked, bia, come naked. This is. Get rid of this rope and slipper. This is to Moses. Because those are attachment again. Na'al reda, which is the shoe and the rope, is attachment. You're wearing something. Your spirit, not your body, your spirit is wearing something. You call yourself Muslim, this, that, all that names, you're wearing it. Take it off. Those are all limitations. Throw it out if you want to go to God. Don't bring a gift of understanding to Him. Throw it out. If you're going to Him, you will get the understanding. What you're wearing as a religion, as an idea, has to be thrown away. Shavi, till you become waqif, understanding, to you as from asrar nar, the mysteries asrar nar, the mystery of the fire. You're the fire, the burning bush, Moses was in there. He says if you take that shoe and all what you're wearing out, you will understand the mystery of the fire. Because, he says, Zanke, because Narayat, fire is coming repeatedly, as from Zulfiyar, from the hair of the beloved. From the hair of the beloved, fire comes repeatedly. It's not just one session that you saw and then it's gone. So it's not like that. This is a continuous thing. This is all the way down there. The messages of God is continuously in there, everywhere. We don't have the reception to get it. You know how we didn't have the reception before to hear certain, voices and noises in the air. Now we have satellite and whatnot and we get it. The sounds, same way. The spiritual message of God is everywhere. You have to have reception. Bob says, if there's an ear to hear the voice, the message of God, God shall not hesitate 1/10 of a second, 1/9 of a second, but He will make him to hearken to the message. God will make him to hear it. Basically, it means it's all there, all the time. That's what it means. It's always there. There's no stoppage in it, he says. So again, we're going. This was an important one that myself happened to me when I went to Keshti, to the Ark, which is the administration. I was shunned. I remember Baha'u'llah says, don't ask the Keshti, the Ark, for the protection. Ask me, ask the king. I will protect you. So when I saw that, now I know why king has the Keshti or the Ark. He has to. It has to be there. If there's no administration, Baha'i administration, there cannot be nothing in the world organized. Nothing. There are too many of us. And all of us are imperfect. All of these imperfections are deemed to appear and hit the other people. So it will be a total chaos. We can't certainly go to the individuals, this fellow from here, that fellow from there. We don't know what they follow. But we know the Spiritual Assembly of the United States follow the same protocol as the National Spiritual Assembly of Australia and US and Canada and Germany and France and Australia and China. They all follow the same protocol. There's not individual involved. But we have to have this arc then They are like a road, they're like highway. Imagine you're driving a highway in Canada, you reach the border and you can't get into US. Why? Because there's a dead end. The road is ended. There's no end, there's no road. Road to nowhere. Well, that is what these religions of the other religions are, because they don't have a system. In Islam, you go on and you go on, all of a sudden you hit the country of Christians and you see everything is different. There's no road for you. But in a modern system, you go from a highway 403 or a Queens Highway, it will automatically enter to the US. They comply with each other, so the road continues. That is what Baha'u'llah has created. So the National Spiritual Assembly of the United States of America will totally follow the same protocol as the National Spiritual Assembly of Mexico, of Argentine, of Canada, of everywhere else. National Spiritual Assemblies, they follow the same protocol. So you're not lost as a Baha'i if you live in Canada, all of a sudden you go to US, because there are certain different concepts, different ways. No. So we do need the kashti, which is the ark, but it's only a tool. Do not stick to it, that this is the goal of Baha'u'llah, to create this road. That is absolutely wrong. Universal laws of justice says no, it's just a means. Don't depend on it. Right now, all these Baha'is are fighting in each other. Who is becoming a board member? Who is becoming an assistant? Who is becoming a counselor? Who can become the member of the National Spiritual Assembly or the Universal Laws of Justice? You know, they all want that. Somebody was telling me that your whole goal is to become the boss of the Baha'is. I told him, you can't afford me. What are you, 10 million? If I want to be a boss, I have to at least look at a country like Canada. I can easily get there if I want to. You're too small for me to be your boss. You can't afford me to be your boss, I said. To be a boss is very expensive. It's a heavy-duty job and it requires a lot of money. You don't have money to pay me to become your boss. So I'm not looking for that. I don't have a boss. I have a friend. I have a father. That's God. And I'm trying to help him to fix this universe as he has created. I'm a part of it. And I'm trying to wake all of you guys up to understand that we're all on one side, all of us. We have to fix it for our own betterment. Every human being is a part of it. Do not look at each other as strangers, Baha'u'llah says. So, this was a very good discussion to understand this, that there is a goal, is a spirituality, and there are two tools for it. One is Baha'i faith, which has its own tool, which is the World Order of Baha'u'llah, there's administrations and everything else you see. Okay, my dear friend, till the next time, Allahu Akbar.